You would think feeding our dogs a fresh food diet would be the healthiest and safest option, but unfortunately, you'd be wrong. You see, this whole gently cooked food category is exploding in popularity, but the quality is becoming questionable at best. So today, I'm gonna share the 5 red flags that I'm avoiding. Now, before we jump into the ingredients I try to avoid in excess, you're gonna help me make food for my 5 dogs. The first 2 bowls are gonna be for Finn and Wally. I'm feeding them the Good Bowl by Open Farm. This is their new fresh roll. And what I love about this is feeding multiple dogs. This makes it so much easier because once I defrost it, I simply just cut out by serving size and then serve. Big shout out to Open Farm for sponsoring. So the red flag ingredients that I try to avoid in excess are going to be potatoes, soy, corn, rice, wheat. And is there anything inherently wrong with any of those individual ingredients? In my opinion, absolutely not. They can and do provide nutrients. That said, there's many brands that will do ingredient splitting, and I want you to watch out for this. They'll add potatoes, sweet potato, potato starch, potato flour, and what that will do in some situations is make it look like the potato as an ingredient is further down in the ingredient than it is. I don't mind my dogs having some potatoes or rice or even a little bit of corn or peas, but I don't want it to make up the majority of their diet. I also look out for the use of natural flavors. For example, some of the things natural flavoring can be are bud, bark, plant matter. It could be any number of protein like fish or chicken or beef. So you could be feeding a beef food to your dog, but it could have chicken remnants in the natural flavoring. And if your dog has a sensitivity to chicken, that could be an issue. Now, do I need to add anything to these bowls? This is just for breakfast. No, they are complete and balanced as is, but I like to add toppers for 2 reasons. One, simply it's enrichment. Secondly, I am a big proponent of variety, which is why I love Open Farm, is they have a variety of flavors. And because of that, I can feed a variety of proteins, a variety of toppers, so that my dogs are for sure gonna hit their nutrient requirements. So for Finn and Wally, I'm gonna give them a little bit of sardine. This is no salt added. Just got this at my local grocery store. This is great for skin and coat. Aura doesn't normally like sardines, but maybe today she's feeling it. This is why I don't add it to her bowl. If you know me, you know I love adding blueberries to my dog's diet. Here you go, sweet girl. She's like, that's a blueberry that smells like sardine, but that's how much she loves blueberries. She's like, well, that's not bad. She's a little offended. So what do I want to see in my dog's, sorry mamas, fresh food? For me, it's actually simple. And in fact, the simpler, the better. I want named meats, you know, like beef, chicken, turkey, high up on the ingredient list. And I want to see ingredients that I recognize, and I want to know and understand the intention behind the ingredient, which is a big reason I've been a fan of Open Farm for so many years. Because not only do they have traceability to each ingredient down to where it comes from, but they also share why they add that ingredient, whether it's a synthetic, vitamin synthetic, or a whole food ingredient. You don't want the sardine? Oh, she's gonna eat it. Nope. Do the ingredients tell us everything about a pet food? Absolutely not. Ingredients matter, nutrients matter, sourcing matter. Now this second red flag is really important to me, and it is under the guaranteed analysis, and that is the protein percent, because our dogs are meant to be getting protein as a vital part of their diet. And unfortunately, a lot of fresh foods I'm seeing out there, protein percent is lower than what I would look for. So I look for, at least on a gently cooked or fresh food, at least 8 or 9%, because it's not just for muscle health, it's also for skin and coat health. It's overall gonna help make sure that my dogs have the right amino acid profile. So this next bowl that we're gonna prep is for Bentley. He is, believe it or not, almost 16 years old, and he's still going pretty strong. He's definitely slowed down, and I believe, although I cannot prove it, in my heart of hearts, that part of why he is still doing very well for being almost 16 years old is because of his diet. There's my Benny, there's his bowl. There you go. Here's the thing about feeding a fresh food or gently cooked diet is that my dogs better devour it, because it's not the cheapest way to feed a dog. Now, I do see it as an investment in their future and their longevity and being healthier and staying out of the vet more, but my dogs better love it. And I have had many fresh food brands that my dogs are like, could do with or do without. Open Farm, and you know this because you've been following, if you haven't been, make sure you subscribe, for a number of years, has been a food that has proteins that every single one of my dogs devour. We're making Marlowe's bowl right now. I'm giving her the lamb because it is a novel protein, can be great for allergies, sensitive tummies, picky dogs. And she's been struggling a little bit with kind of some gunky ears from seasonal allergies. And then for her toppers, I'm actually gonna give her, it's something new that I've been trying because it's full of probiotics, good protein, and it's a more novel protein, is going to be some sheep milk yogurt. In their new meal plan builder, Open Farm has options, look how nice this bowl looks, to do a half meal plan. So if you wanna rotate proteins or you wanna do half kibble, half fresh, you can do that. Just based on, there's a lot of flexibility based on what works best for you and your dog. And then Marlo, she's so excited. Here's her bowl. If you can't tell, Aura's a bit tired in this video, and that's because we just got back from her first time going to the coast. We went with friends. It was amazing, but her tummy's been a little bit upset since we got home. I think because we had new treats, a lot of stress and the excitement in the new environment. So I'm actually feeding her Open Farm's Tummy Rescue. This is amazing because just like all their other recipes, it's human grade, which we're gonna talk about, but it also is made with turkey and pumpkin. This is, again, all GAP certified humane as well. But with Aura, I'm also gonna add her favorite topper of all time, and it's also one of the most nutrient dense, easy toppers to do, and that is a scrambled egg. So you can help me make that here. But the red flag that I want to talk about next is going to be human grade. There's human grade and there's feed grade, and regulatory organizations like AFCO, for example, allow 4D meaning dead, diseased, dying animals, so definitely feed grade animals, into pet food if they've been rendered or adulterated or processed or cooked and processed and extruded at really high temperatures to kill off any potential disease still in the animal tissue. I'm looking for human grade, which in my opinion and my experience in coming from the pet food industry, is generally speaking much more likely to be of higher quality. That's something I'm willing and wanting to invest in. But here's the catch. It is very rare in the pet food industry to find human grade ingredients. It's very hard and expensive for a pet food to do. So when I find a brand that does it, I'm locked in. They also have third-party testing for safety. So they test for things like salmonella. All of this, by the way, is completely open and free and accessible for you to check out on their website. Or couldn't wait. You love that, Mama? It's so good. It's so good. She loves the turkey. And the fact that they have invested in the highest level veterinary nutritionist that you can have on staff to make sure that they are giving the highest quality food nutritionally, sourcing, and ingredient wise is honestly unheard of in the pet food industry. And I hope more brands follow suit. And of course, as always, you get an exclusive special offer. It'll be linked in the description. It'll also be in the comments for you. Or you can find, as always, on my website, my dog food list with my favorite brands, rachelfusaro.com/dogfood. And make sure you click that subscribe button and comment below who you want me to review next. And I hope you have a beautiful day. Goodbye.